Want to keep up with the latest in GT Productions activity? Then join our Patreon today. Patreon users will get early access to episodes of Auxillary the Grand Tour, and our Mizari clan gain access to download our own soundtrack, created by our very own Julian Allen Wilson, the voice of Josh Moore. Patreon users will also get their names added to the credits for their contributions and many other aspects along the way. Also, be sure to keep in touch on our own personal Twitch channel, where our series creator, Brett Keenan-Evans, will be showcasing the workings of the Auxillary the Grand Tour, currently in Arc 3. Thank you for your support, subscriptions, and likes. Keep it up, and enjoy the upcoming presentation. The following presentation is not intended for younger audiences. It contains bad language and violence, and also touches up on sensitive topics. Viewer discretion is advised. Auxillary the Grand Tour is property of GT Productions. Though select background and select background songs belong to respective owners, other backgrounds, tracks, and the entirety of the Auxillary the Grand Tour plot, characters, and storyline belong to Brett Keenan-Evans and GT Productions. Advise against using content illegally. Thank you.
You're pushing me away, so pull me closer. Our story's just beginning, it's not over. You're pushing me away, so pull me closer. Our story's just starting, far from closure. Sacrificing who I am for you, for your peace of mind. Sabotaging who I am for your safe space in place of mine. I can't keep pretending to be this. I can't keep protecting you all the time. I just hope one day we can end amidst this battlefield of broken promises. You're pushing me away, so pull me closer. Our story's just beginning, it's not over. You're pushing me away, so pull me closer. Our story's just starting, far from closure.
So, worked it out between you two then?
I want to finally tell you the story about how I became the demon of the Mizari.
You don't have to if you don't want to, Brett. But I am guessing that Lace knows the story, doesn't she?
I suppose it was part of the I want to know how you could do something like this to me act. But yeah, I did. And I will tell you. So it began...
I can see why your uncle understands the incident, but doesn't condone it. Your father sounds like a real piece of work. Your mother, I guess, just got caught up in the moment. I'm sure you regret that much.
Of course. She was pretty much on my side most of the time, but I can't change what I did nor turn back time. But I suppose becoming the demon of the Mizari did help me in some ways, good than just bad.
I struggle a little to comprehend that, so mind shedding some light on that?
I mean, I got to come here, make new friends, meet my real twin sister, and of course having you in my life. But if you think about it, I was given a second chance at life, to atone for my sins and be better for it. I can't excuse myself completely for what I did, and I know that I will be reminded of this for years to come. But one day, I actually want to venture into the world of motorsports. You remember that shy kid at junior high, Shane Gisborne?
Oh yeah. He suddenly left school and never came back. Most people think you had done him in.
Nah, never went near the kid. Turns out now he's doing it big in Australia in their racing championship. Won his 3rd last year, and he could be on course for his 4th. I actually saw him at the Sydney airport, and he's going to try and get me a drive in his car at some stage in the not too distant future. In any case, I think it's time we call it a night. Our first match is tomorrow. I believe we're fighting the Germany's team first. That could be interesting.
Bonjour! Welcome everyone to the International World Clan Championships. We're live at the amazing Arena du Don de Plongeon, where over the next couple of weeks we're going to find out who the greatest clan is. We've seen on multiple accounts the top dogs take this prestigious honor, but more importantly, we're blessed to be having with us one of the defending champions within our crop. That's right!
Oh god, he's doing it again, isn't he?
Brett Keenan Evans, who won this tournament 2 years ago with the Mizari clan, is here fighting for New Zealand's Kasanji clan, who were able to thwart the ironically named Neo-Mizari clan to get here. We of course have Japan's Nokomari clan, who won the tournament last year, and Australia's Dagandi clan, who won the year prior to the Mizari's win. Of course, before we get into the thick of things, with our first round matchup being New Zealand's Kasanji clan against Germany's Schwarz clan. Here are this year's rules. Much the same as your regional tournaments, rules have changed from previous to banned killing in matches. Of course, so far so good on that account. Let's keep that up, guys and girls. Second, of course, the new rules of idling during a match. If you or your opponent do not make an attack or move for more than 10 seconds, then you are automatically disqualified from the match. But this year we have a new rule added to make the tournaments a touch more interesting. This year we introduced the tag-in rule. This allows fighters to tag out of a match and continue the fight in their other player's place. But however, this can only be used once per round, so use those sparingly, as you might find the next match too much, and not being able to tag out could be a headache in itself. It's a pretty simple conduct. All you have to do is make contact with the person you wish to tag out with, and then they take the fight on from there. There will be no timeout for this process, so if you wanted to be underhanded, you could always attack as they are within the process of tagging out. But note this, if you attack your opponent before you make contact with your teammate to make the tag in, you will be disqualified from the match.
That seems interesting. Actually, Jack, I didn't even think to ask you, what's the team lineup for the matches?
You're up first then, Zyra. Then I'm the tiebreaker.
Okay, interesting enough.
As you can see too, our fighting arena has been modified as well to no longer cater to a ring. The tournament officials believe the idea of ring outs was a little pedestrian, so the arena now sits more to the floor, and the rules of the ring outs are scrapped. These fights will now go on until someone either surrenders, loses consciousness, or remains on the ground for more than 10 seconds. Oh, and I should mention too, a new rule was added in light of a few situations. There is now a below the belt rule, meaning for men, they no longer have to fear their special places being the subject of abuse. Anyone caught attacking below the belt will be giving a warning first, and then disqualification the second.
That's bullshit. You just took away 2 things I used to win my goddamn fights. Are you trying to piss me off?
They weren't my choices, but I digress. That's all the stuff I was asked to cover today. There might be more announcements over the coming weeks. But let's cut down to the chase and introduce our two countries representing and their fighters for the first match.
It's quite open. I guess it gives people retreating ground in time.
So our first countries representing are New Zealand's Cassandra clan and Germany's Schwarz clan. And our first set of fighters are none other than former Mizari clan leader and Cassandra clan captain, Brett Keenan Evans. And his opponent will be Schwarz's clan leader, Miguel Yeager.
Quite rare to see someone send their leader out on the first round first match. I have to admit, I'm honoured.
And to think, I get the honor of fighting the demon of Mizari. Your reputation precedes you. You certainly are not the same guy from 2 years ago, but I know not to judge by appearances.
That's good. Let's have a good match, Frond.
Well, it looks like our fighters are going to get down to the heart of it. So shall we? Let's get the World Championships underway. Let the match begin!
Looks like he's a defender. This means I'll have to go at him with a bit more force than normal. Ah, shit!
Not bad, Brett. Most people don't usually attack me so boldly, and then take one of my stronger hits. They merely shake it off. The stories are true. I am glad.
So he's a tank fighter, like Josh. He's built up his defense through training that hones the body's toughness, and in doing so, improved his buffness as well. I think Brent wanted to be sure. He must have seen Miguel's stance and opted to test the theory, even if it meant taking a major hit for him.
I mean, isn't that Brett's style anyway? Observational fighting? Or is he thinking like the demon again?
Come on, Brett. Let me experience more of this fight, so I can savor it when I am victorious!
The strategy changed. No, this is classic tanking strategy. Oh, man, it's almost like punching a steel girder.
You are an analytical fighter, aren't you? You study your opponent to gauge their battle style and figure out ways to combat them. I will give you credit for your prowess. I honestly can't say there's been many who have been actually able to make me feel the thrill of battle. But are you capable of taking out my iron defense? I wonder.
Not sure. I guess we'll find out, won't we?
I don't get it. If Brett knows that Miguel tanks attacks and can counter with exact force, why does he keep blindly attacking?
I've heard the stories about your chaos form. Now it drives you to continue fighting. Even when your body seems to want to pack it in. What exactly are you trying to accomplish here? You can't hurt me.
I've been merely observing, taking one for the team to gain intel. But it doesn't matter anyway. I've got you all figured out anyway.
Figured me out, huh? Then show me! If I understand, so be it! This has been fun, Brett, but I will win this! Ow!
You tank when you defend, not when you attack.
Of course! Tank fighters are usually most vulnerable when they attack.
Of course, their general focus is to ensure their defense is up, but taking hits can be problematic against defenders. Miguel trained his body to sustain hits no matter the magnitude, but that probably only works if his mind is focused on that and that alone. When you attack, you wouldn't be thinking about your defense because you're aiming to go for the hard blow.
Phrasing, Jack.
You know what I mean, goddammit. But in any case, Brett figured it out before he used his chaos form. He was attacking blindly and trying to gauge how each attack impacted. Once he got that down, he needed to draw Miguel in, so he deliberately let himself be taken for a ride in his chaos form, and put Miguel in a situation where his guard would be dropped. Tankers have good durability, but only when their mind is focused to it. Being hit by one of Brett's punches in chaos mode with your guard down? Well...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Miguel is out! The winner of the first match is New Zealand's Kasanji clan. Brett Keenan Evans, in a thrilling comeback, has taken victory for the team and brings them one step closer to winning the first round. Once we clear Miguel from the fighting arena and we rake the floor back to normal, we will have the second match between Zyra Tane and Micah Faresh.
Brett,
Huh?
you are truly one of a kind. Good luck. I am sure you will succeed and go on.
You alright, Brett?
I'll live. Just don't let your guard down. They're certainly not pulling punches.
Now that everything is back in order, the second match between Zyra Tane of Kasanji will go up against Michael Faresh of Schwass. If Zyra can win this, the Kasanji will progress to the next match. But if Micah can get one back for the Schwass, then it'll be a tiebreaker match between Jack Vans and Soda Schumer.
Let's see Vescal win. Of course, that'll be me.
Let the match begin!
Wait a second. Are they cack-handed?
It looks that way. Why? Oh, that's why.
It's not uncommon for people to be proficient in combat with one hand over the other. It's no difference to writing. For example, Miguel's right arm packed more of a wallop than his left. Lace, Jack, and Josh are right-handed fighters. Zyra and Naomi are left-handed fighters.
And you?
I'm ambidextrous. I can use both hands in combat to the same effect, but not everybody is capable of that. But yeah, two offenders using the opposite side to fight, this is gonna get messy.
What the hell is your fist made of? Concrete?
If mine are concrete, what are yours? Sure it's steel?
They can't even change their hands to combat one another. This battle is going in circles.
Fine then.
If I have to strike her and be struck at the same time.
Then
I'll hit her with all I have. That was actually quite incredible to watch. Yeah, incredibly boring.
Whoa! In a bizarre twist, both Micah and Zyra have knocked each other out. This means that both fighters are out of the match. But according to the rule books, I mean, we don't get these scenarios often, so sorry for being out of touch with it. There we go. Should the fight end in a tie, it is a no match, therefore the tiebreaker is needed. So in this case, we should be sure this is certain. Jack, are you prepared to fight the tiebreaker?
Of course.
Great! And Soda, are you prepared to fight the tiebreaker?
No, I am not. I will forfeit.
But why?
You proved your mettle. You have a strong clan, and I can tell by your persona. I would not have won. So enjoy the victory, and good luck in your next match.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Soda of the Schwass has elected not to participate in the tiebreaker match, meaning that Jack will win the match on default. The winner of the first round of the World Championships is the Kasanji clan. Well done to our winners. Give them a round.
Brett, I didn't mean to lose.
You didn't lose, technically. But in any case, we're progressing. So rest up, okay?
After a strange conclusion to the first match of the International World School Clan Championships, we're now going to round 2 and our opponents are the Dapper Clan of the Netherlands. My opponent is Eva Valentine, a master of gymnastics. This could be interesting, but I have plenty to fight for. So here I go. Next time, the second round, an air of suspicion begins.
That Niku looks like a slimy bastard, but I'll handle him personally.